Good morning. So, one of the things I want to express to you is your practice will only be as available to you as you are available to it. Your practice will only be available to you to the level that you are available to it. If you are always willing to put it to the side when you have something that you consider to be really important come up, then when you have the big moments of your life, it will not be there. If you understand that by bringing yourself every single day to the intentional relationship to practice in creating the direction that you feel that you were born to go in. Practice elements that are about who you feel you will become. When I was a kid, what I did was I didn't have any mentorship, so I was just reading all the time, reading all kinds of stuff, and it kind of created a weird thing because I wasn't really being taught things, but I was learning things from these books, and a lot of times I was learning things from a very different place and time or even different cultures. So I had this experience of needing to teach myself. I didn't know how to teach myself. So I just began to imagine the man that I wanted to be. I imagined the man that I wanted to be, and I wrote down every single thing I could imagine that man doing. And in that space, I was able to find something. All the studying that I did, when I was working and trying to figure out what would the man I want to be do, what would the man that I want to be doing today? I just tried to write it down, every single thing I could imagine that person doing. I knew that person, at least in my perception, was going to be a meditator. So I write down meditation. I knew that I had a lifelong commitment to physicality, so I wrote down those kinds of things. At the time in my early life, of course, some of those elements were sort of childish. And yet there was something really good about it, and it just kept leading me. And what it did was it helped me to access my intuition, and the studies that I did, it helped me to dedicate myself to applying those practices. I never felt like I had to do exactly what people told me to do. I mean, people were always telling me something to do, and my relationship with authority was highly suspect. And, I was always being told that I couldn't do something. So when I came and started to have my connection with meditation practice, when they said that you couldn't do things, I was just like, well, I'm just going to see what I can do. And so I began to move closer and closer to creating that image of who I wanted it to be and creating that image of what I felt that person was doing and being it more and more and gradually bringing those two things together. And what ended up happening is that it's really a continual revelation. I understand now that I don't completely understand. What I am here to do is to listen and to pay attention and then to follow subtlety, to understand that subtlety is the expression of power. Separation is the expression of force. So, I just wanted to share that with you a little bit today. And I wanted to share that with you because it really is the genesis of these 40-day practices that I do. I looked and I decided to put myself in a disciplined process. There's a lot of different elements to how I actually order my practice. But understand that you are more powerful when you are directed. You are more powerful when you are on mission. So I wish you the very, very best today. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you for being, because that's all you have to do something special. I'm going to ring the bell. Listen carefully. I bring my hands together and I bow to you. because I know at the very, very deepest part of who we are each other. Namaste. Thank you.